Arrma Vorteks 3S on the bench today, and what I wanted to show you is my tyre change. So I've got the Pro-Line Trencher LPs on here. Now I bought these because I thought I wanted a better set of tyres for the Vortex, because the Dboot Katars, they're pretty decent tyres on tarmac, but they're not the best off-road. Now, I'd heard that the trenchers are fantastic tyres, and I'd also heard that there's a bit of body rub that happens with the trenchers with the Vortex unless you put on the wide arm kit or you trim the body, and I didn't want to do that because I want to run it in its standard specification, if you like. But what I didn't realise is that these trenchers, although they're very nice looking premium tyres, because these are the LP versions, these are actually a lot smaller than the stock tyres, the Dboot Katars. So what I actually did is I whacked them on and I geared it back to an 18 tooth, because that's the 18 tooth is the stock pinion on this rig, and you know, I got a few heating issues with using the Katars. Not too bad, but if it was a warm day, then it wasn't fantastic. So what I've done is I've put it back to an 18 tooth to compensate for the slightly smaller tyres. Now let me show you a comparison with the Katars in terms of the size. So here's the Dboot Katar, which is the standard tyre for the Vortex, side by side with the Proline Trencher 2.8 LP. You can see it's significantly bigger, not crazily, I suppose, maybe significantly is the wrong word, but it's definitely bigger. It's also wider as well, which I was quite surprised about, because I know the standard trenchers, they must be a lot bigger than this, and to be honest, I really did not realise how small these were, and if I did, I probably wouldn't have bought them for the Vortex. But I think they still perform really well, and I wanted to give it a good test. I'm going to also test these trenchers out on my Rolalo Omni Terminator, because they're pretty much the same size as those standard tyres on there. I think that'll make a really good test. But for now, I wanted to check these out on the Vortex. I've changed things up a little bit on this Vortex. So I've got a Hobbywing 10BL 120 G2 on this, upgraded fans, stock motor. You'll also see that I've got a centre diff conversion on this. So I did this before the 223S range came out, but this is pretty much the same as a 223S, in fact better, because I've got this ESC on it. You can't properly see it, but I've also got the S665 Spectrum servo in there. I've had pretty good luck with those. What we've also got is some of Arrma's aluminium shocks for the Vortex. Now, I know that there's not many choices for the Vortex in terms of shocks, but I got these quite cheap off eBay or Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember which one it was, and they seem to be all right at the moment, but I would really like some more premium shocks if possible. I've also got the fixed links on here. I think they're just a little bit better, and I've also got a Typhon wing, because I think more than anything that just protects the body from getting damaged. Got a pretty big fan on this. It's probably too big for this. It's only held on by 2 screws there, but it seems to do the job. And what you can't see in here is I've got a full metal drivetrain, so I've got metal diffs. What this also has is the GPM front and rear metal yokes, and finally a cheapy dust cover from AliExpress. So let's go and take this for a little bash and see how these tyres perform. Alright guys, new bashing spot found today, which I'm really happy with. Check this place out. I found it randomly just looking at a map of the woods, and I came here for a walk and discovered this place. So I thought, why not bring the Vortex here? It's a bit overgrown in places, but I think it'll make a good test for this video, because I do want to check out how these tyres perform off-road. So let's see how this goes. It's quite rocky here, lots of little rocks and stones. I can see that it's already performing a little bit better in terms of traction compared to the Dboot Katars, and I've got this on about 10 or 15% gyro as an estimate. Let's try a little jump. Ooh, puddle. Yeah, very good tyres. Oh no, big puddle there. Don't want to get hit in the eye with a stone, so I'll be a bit easier on the throttle when it's near me. That's going to need a good clean today. I do have that cheap dust cover on it from AliExpress, so hopefully that'll keep some of the stones out. Tyres are ballooning a little bit. You've got to be really careful with these stones. Look at the size of them. Some of them are really big, so don't want this coming to my eye. Let's switch off the gyro actually, let's see how it performs. So I've got it on 0% at the moment. Not bad. A lot better than the standard tyres. I have put this back onto an 18 tooth, as previously I had switched this down to a 15 just to avoid the heat issues. But with the smaller tyres I thought it was fine to move back to 18. Quite impressed so far. This is no gyro, guys. Performing really well. They're not cheap tyres, but based on the experience so far, seem pretty worth it. Oh, come on. It's handling the terrain very well. Let's take it on the leaves, shall we? Let me know what you guys think of the Arrma Vorteks. It's a pretty cool car. It's very nippy, but I've had mixed experiences with it, to be honest, and I think partly that might be due to the tyres. They're not the best off-road. Let's put the gyro up a little bit. I've got it on like 5 or 10% now. Yeah, I think it needs a bit of gyro here on the leaves. Let's go back here actually, it's more fun here. Guys, thank you so much for the support on the channel so far. I think at the time of making this video I'm on around 170 subs. Really happy with that. So anyone that subscribed, commented, liked my videos, thank you so much. It means a lot. You know what I really like is the RC community. Some really nice people, and we're all kind of passionate about the RC hobby. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to a couple of guys I've met over the last few weeks who've also got young and growing channels. So Noobs RC, who's one of my early subscribers, great guy, passionate about the hobby, also building his channel. Please give him a subscribe and watch his content as well. And also Lone Wolf RC, he's making some great content at the moment, and he also has just bought a Vortex himself. He's really enjoying it from the videos that I've seen, so please check out his channel as well. You know, like me, they're just starting out their channels and documenting their journey through the hobby as well. So yeah, show them some love and support, guys. I'll put a link to their channels in my description. I can't remember what shock fluids I've got in here. Probably around 600 CST. You'll notice I've got the aluminium Arrma shocks on this. I didn't buy them brand new. I got a really good deal off Facebook Marketplace, I think it was. Can't remember how much I got them for, but I think they were about maybe 30 quid for the 4. So I switched out the stock shocks. I thought these might be a little bit more durable. That's yet to be seen, to be honest, so I haven't taken this out enough. But I think at the price I got them, I thought it was worth the risk. Currently running a Onyx 3S pack in this. Can't remember the C rating. I think over 100 C maybe. Pretty decent pack. I don't know if you can hear all those stones, but there's a lot of them being flung around when this RC is going over them. I'm pretty impressed by these tyres so far. Let me know what you guys think from this video. I feel like they're handling the terrain really well. Probably tune the shocks a bit more, but I'm never consistent on the terrain I'm running my RCs on, so it's hard to know what to tune them as. I hear a bit of a tyre noise there. I hope one of them hasn't come unglued. That'll be disappointing if it has. Right guys, that's already LVC. I'm not sure how long that was for, but I think I'm done for today. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support, and please comment with your impressions of what you thought of these tyres, and if there are any other tyres that you think would be a good option for me to try out, please let me know, and hit that like button, and also show your support by subscribing if you are enjoying this content. I'd really appreciate that support.